from entering several places and roads in Colombo. The order is in effect from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Tuesday, the 26th.
The OIC of the Fort Police informed the Fort Magistrates Court that the actions of the trade union leaders could disturb the activities of the public, and thus based on that request the order was issued. The order was issued to 10 people, including Samir Alvis, an activist from the Banking and Financial Forum, Niroshan Gorakhanage, General Secretary of the All Ceylon General Ports Employees Union, Samira Patirana, Deputy Chairman of the Ceylon Electricity Workers Union, and Udayanga Hettiarachchi, spokesperson of the Ceylon Petroleum Workers Union. They are not permitted to proceed to the President's office, President's House, Central Bank of Sri Lanka, Police Headquarters, Fort Railway Station, as well as from CTO Junction to Olkat Mawatha. Sri Lanka Police presented the court order to the trade union leaders ahead of the protest.
ඕඩර් එක තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ 9000ක් තියෙනවා 9000 සමග සහභාගී වෙන ගමන් කරන්න එපා මෙතන උද්ඝෝෂණය කරන්න පුළුවන් ජනාධිපති ලේකම් කාර්යාලය ඒ වගේම මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශය මේ ප්‍රදේශවල ඇතුළේ ජනාධිපති ලේකම් කාර්යාලය අපිට යන්න අපි මේ වැඩේ කරන්න ඕනේ කිසිම බාධාවක් නැහැ මේක කරන්න පුළුවන් කරන්න එපා මේක තියෙන්නේ රාජකාරී කරන මහත්වරු
Thereafter, protests took place opposite the Fort Railway Station. Sri Lanka Police once again informed the group of the court order and requested they vacate the premises.
සිදු නොකරන ලෙසත් 1979 අංක 15 දරන අපරාධ නඩුජන සංග්‍රහයේ ළමවර පරිච්ඡේදයේ ප්‍රතිපාදන පරිදි විශේෂයෙන්ම අපරාධ නඩුජන සංග්‍රහයේ 106 එක වගන්තිය සාගාරව ආඥාවක් නිකුත් කර සිටිමි.
සීත කාමරවලින් තීරණ ගන්න මේ රටේ සේවකයාගේ සල්ලි කොල්ල ගන්න එනිසා ඒ තීරණ වහාම නවත්තන්න මේ සේවකයෝ ඇවිල්ලා කියන්නේ ඒ සල්ලි අපේ ඒ වගේ අයිතිකාරයෝ අපි තීරණ ගන්න ඕනේ අපි හැබැයි තීරණ ගන්න ඕනේ මිනිස්සු පැත්තක තියලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ සේවකර මුදල් කොල්ල ගන්න හදනවා ඒකට නීති ගේන්න හදනවා හම්කරු නීති සංශෝධනය කරනවා මේ රටේ වැඩ කරන ජනතාවගේ අයිතිවාසිකම් කොල්ල ගන්න හදනවා.
However, the trade union members were seen continuing their protests despite the heavy rainfall experienced in the area.
Trade unions addressed a media briefing in Colombo on Monday the 24th against the looting of the EPF and ETF.
මේ මුදලට හිමිකරුවන්ගෙන් තමයි ඉස්සෙල්ලා අහලා අනුමැතිය ගන්න ඕනේ මුදල පාවිච්චි කරන්න.
The fund can be used only by obtaining permission from the owners of the fund. The monetary board appointed by the central bank cannot decide on this. There is no provision from the government to use the funds for its policies. Trade unions made individual and collective requests from the chairman of the monetary board for a meeting, and those requests have been ignored. Such action shows that the trade unions are not given any consideration and they are trying to execute their decisions as they please.
මේක ක්‍රියාවකට පරිවර්තනය කරන්නයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ.
බදු ප්‍රතිශතය අඩු කරලා භාණ්ඩ මිල කළු කඩේට පවරලා තියෙන.
They are trying to loot from the people at a time when they have placed the price of goods in the hands of extortionists. If debt restructuring is to take place, the first thing that needs to be done is to look at the money corrupt private companies invested in bonds by looting from the public. However, there is no decision on that, and they are trying to burden the working masses. This is theft. There is no legality in this. Imagine the loss of interest that occur by reducing the policy interest rates of the treasury bonds onto the EPF funds. This must be revealed to the people. They cannot stall this by presenting figures of 12% and 9%. Secondly, why is this 30% tax being levied? Levying a tax on the EPF has nothing to do with the debt.
In a backdrop where EPF and ETF are spoken about, attention has been drawn to the circular issued by the Secretary of the Ministry of Health on Saturday outlining limitation of statements to the media. The Organisation Against Suppression and Protecting the Rights of the Patient spoke to the media in this regard.
කොච්චර රහස්‍ය කොච්චර භයානක දත්තයක් වුණත්
It does not matter how dangerous the situation is. If it concerns the welfare of the people, it is outlined in many laws to reveal the matter in question to the people. This is a right of the people. The best example is the Right to Information Act number 12 of 2012. It is extremely clear that if effect to the people's welfare is greater, then the matter must be revealed. These rights are ignored by this circular.
Congestion was reported across several divisional secretariats on Tuesday the 25th as people gathered to obtain the letter stating that they were selected for the Aswasama Welfare Benefit Program. A large number of people had gathered at divisional secretariats to obtain the letter stating that they were selected for the Aswasama Welfare Benefit Program. This letter is necessary for the beneficiaries to open bank accounts to obtain the funds from the Aswasama Welfare Benefit Program. This was the situation at the Hambantota Divisional Secretariat. Ceylon Teachers Union called a press conference and expressed their views on the Aswasama program.
We can see how the country has been inconvenienced by the attempt to convert Samruddhi into Aswasama. The government has still not been able to fix it. People are on the streets. They try to cut down the benefits to this program. They were even going to limit the provisions of uniforms only to those who were eligible for Aswasama. They are indirectly trying to send in finances to the Aswasama account. This is a very disappointing situation. They are trying to reduce the benefits for 4.3 million children in this country. If they implement this, we are prepared to take to the streets.
දරුවන්ට ලැබෙන අධ්‍යාපන ප්‍රතිලාභ කප්පාදු කිරීම සිදු කළොත් ඊට වඩා පෙළ ගැහෙනවා කියන කාරණා පැහැදිලිවම කියන්න ඕනේ.
The legacy of the late chairman of CMG and the founder of the Gaumedda movement was kept alive today in the rural village of Kedaravava in northwest of Sri Lanka.
To the people of Kedaravava, the impact will be life-changing. For years, families struggled to find clean drinking water, and the ever-present danger of chronic kidney disease was a fact of life. Despite the issue being raised with the local authorities, the pleas by the villagers went unheard, and they turned to Gaumedda. Accordingly, a project was launched to install a water purification plant in the village, and the completed project was vested with the public on Tuesday. Next Manufacturing Private Limited financially supported the project, making the dream of the villagers a reality. The project was carried out under the guidance of the National Renal Disease Prevention and Research Unit of the Ministry of Health, and the technical support for the project was provided by the Sri Lanka Navy. A special almsgiving also took place to mark 2 years since the passing of the late Mr. Raja Mahindran, the former chairman of the Capital Maharaja Group.
Religious events were organized to mark the 2-year death anniversary of the late Mr. R. Raj Mahindran, the former chairman of the Capital Maharaja Group.
A special almsgiving took place at the Capital Maharaja Group head office located down Braybrook Street, Colombo, in memory of the late Mr. R. Raja Mahindran. The Mahasangha was escorted to the Capital Maharaja Group from the Hunapitiya Gangarama temple. The senior management and staff of the Capital Maharaja Group were present for this religious event. The Mahasangha invoked their blessing by paying tribute to the services rendered by the former chairman of the Capital Maharaja Group, the late Mr. R. Raja Mahindran. Another meritorious program in memory of the former chairman was held in Mihintale.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe has called for an all-party conference to discuss national reconciliation.
The General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Pudujana Peramuna, Attorney Sagara Karyavasam, says the conference will be held at the President's office at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. The 13th Amendment to the Constitution will also be discussed. The SLPP General Secretary says political parties representing the Parliament will attend the conference. MP Vijitha Herath says that the Jatika Jana Balawegaya reached a decision to boycott the all-party conference. He says the decision was reached against the President's failure to fulfill promises made so far regarding solving national issues.
Various parties are presenting their views on the all-party conference called by the President. The National Freedom Front presented its party's opinion in this regard at a press conference called this morning.
It is very clear that through this the President wants the Tamil votes in a future presidential election, and he has launched the plan accordingly. People like Sumandiran are also trying to grab the Tamil votes when the country is suffering from an economic crisis and knowing that a presidential election will be held in the future. The people of this country did not give the President the mandate, and neither are they ready to fully implement the 13th Amendment. The biggest issue that people now have is to live in this economic crisis. Thus, as a society, we should give priority to the economic crisis on how we can save this country from bankruptcy and to bring back normalcy to the lives of the people. So we need to worry about reconciliation after all of this.
රටේ සාමාන්‍ය ජනතාවගේ ජන ජීවිතය සාමාන්‍ය කරණයට පත් කරන්නේ කොහොමද? මේ ආදී ප්‍රශ්න ගණනාවක් අපිට තිබෙනවා. ඒ ප්‍රශ්න වලට ප්‍රමුඛතාවය දීලා ඉන් පස්සේ තමයි අපට විසඳන්න තියෙන සංහිඳියාව පිළිබඳ ප්‍රශ්න.
Among the unsolved problems in the country, the human-elephant conflict is a major problem. Another man died on Tuesday from a wild elephant attack.
The Thambapani village in Puttalam, Thabua faces wild elephant threats regularly. Elephants that encroach on the village every day have not only destroyed the crops, but have taken human lives in the village. Early on Tuesday, a wild elephant stormed the village again. The attempt to chase away the elephants ended with one life being lost. The deceased was a 52-year-old. And the villagers are demanding that the authorities intervene to resolve the crisis before another life is lost. The situation at many villages in Damulla Vavala is no different. The wild elephants that encroach on the village from the Bakamuna Reserve return to the wild after destroying many crops. Last night, the elephants had destroyed about 26 coconut trees in the village. Villagers point out that an electric fence has been built from Sigiriya through Vavala to Bakamuna, but it is of no use. They demand an immediate solution to this problem.
Now on to your news overseas. After 17 years with an iconic bluebird that came to symbolize the broadcasting of ideas to the world, billionaire Elon Musk renamed Twitter as X and unveiled a new logo marking a focus on building an everything app.
On Monday, a stylized white X on a black background became the new logo on Twitter's website, though the bluebird was still seen on the mobile app. Since taking over Twitter in October, Musk has said he envisions an app that could offer a variety of services to users beyond social media, such as peer-to-peer payments, an idea that mirrors the widely popular WeChat app in China. The new logo garnered mixed reactions from users and sparked confusion about what tweets would now be called, while marketing and branding experts said the rebrand risked throwing away years of Twitter's name recognition. Hashtag Goodbye Twitter was trending on the platform on Monday, with reference to the old logo, as some users criticized the new one. Musk tweeted on Saturday that, quote, "Soon we shall bid adieu to the Twitter brand and gradually all the birds," unquote.
Now on to your sports news. Day 2 of the second test between Sri Lanka and Pakistan was delayed by rain on Tuesday, the 25th. Pakistan resumed day 2 with an overnight score of 145 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. The covers were called in when the score was 178 runs for the loss of 2 wickets, with Pakistan leading by 12 runs. On Monday, the 24th, Pakistan bowlers dismantled the Sri Lankan battling lineup for just 166 runs during the first day of day one.
Brilliant. The lotus now is hardly visible. It tells you that they are in need.
Time news for the News First team. I've been Rochelle Thamodara. For more of these stories and for more of the very latest, log on to www.newsfirst.lk. Thank you and have a nice day.
Be the first to know about the biggest stories as they break. Subscribe to News First English News Alerts. News First, your trusted English news channel.